Now, it's not often we feel very sorry for a politician, but Health Minister Greg Hunt looked a little uncomfortable yesterday as he was reportedly ambushed at a media conference organised by billionaire Twiggy Forrest, who'd helped a Chinese diplomat gate crash the event. Now, one of Mr Hunt's fellow MPs, Andrew Hastie, he was furious with Mr Forrest, saying this guy drops out of the sky in his private jet and enables a Chinese Communist Party to ambush a Commonwealth press conference. We are not happy. Jacqui, your thoughts?
Yes, well, I say this to Mr Hastie, if you're not happy, how about you convince your party to do us all a favour, and that motion that Foreign Affairs, Defence and Trade put up to have that inquiry on the Communist Chinese, you get the numbers for us so we can actually bring that back and put it on the table and add a little bit more to it with the COVID-19 stuff and actually open this right up. Be polite about it and actually run this inquiry on how much infiltration and how much infiltration they have in our universities to start with, how reliant we are on them economically, and how we're going to stand on our own 2 feet without Communist Chinese. And it needs to be discussed. There's no good sitting here throwing one-liners out there at the Communist Chinese. Really, we need to do something and we need that inquiry up and running. I will push that motion back through again as soon as those motions are allowed back in Parliament. So we'll see whether Labor and Liberal are actually serious about doing something about this matter now.
Yeah, I tell you what, you might get a bit of a different response this time. Sarah, do you think this was Twiggy being a bit of a troublemaker?
Oh, of course he was being a bit of a troublemaker, and neither the Greg Hunt's office or the Prime Minister's office were notified. So, I mean, of course he was causing to make a little bit of trouble. I actually don't, though, think Andrew Hastie's response is particularly helpful either while we're talking about troublemakers. But what's so fascinating about this little diplomatic stoush that happened yesterday is that it is really illuminating this tussle that we're seeing playing out between Canberra and Beijing. And the Prime Minister is absolutely right when he says that Australia has to act in the global interest and our national interest, and we are very within our rights to be calling for an independent review into the global response to COVID-19. And if that unearths difficult questions that China has to answer, then so be it. And we can't be bullied by these veiled threats that China is going to boycott us economically. Of course, though, the Prime Minister has got to be seen to be taking it quite seriously, because as Jacqui said, we are so economically dependent upon China. And this whole COVID-19 pandemic has really illuminated the dependency that we have, and it has raised some serious questions.
And maybe that is something that needs to change down the